hike today is on Mount Yonah, Y-O-N-A-H, which is just outside of Cleveland, Georgia. It's not on the AT, but this is a little hike we're doing to try to keep in shape for the next section, which is NOC to Fontana, which is coming up in a few weeks. But this Mount Yonah is going to have a rock face, and there's a lot of rock outcroppings here. It's, as I said, it's outside of Cleveland, Georgia, so it's probably got some ancestral heritage similar to Stone Mountain would be my guess, but it's going to be a rock face when we get up there. They say there's a lot of rappellers here, and you got some stone steps, and it gets 2.2 miles in, and of course 2.2 miles out, so this will be 4.4 today is what we'll do on this little hike. We're going up the side of Mount Yonah, and as I said, it's the features on this mountain are all rock faces, and that's you don't see that every day, so it's kind of interesting, just large rocks. And so I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of that. People have some places made their own paths crawling up and down the rocks. So we're probably about a mile into our hike. We're a little less than halfway up the top of the mountain. Supposed to be some good views from the top. Getting ready to get into a little rock scramble here.
Hey, look at this. Look at that rock. Look at it.
Interesting.
Looks like somebody just cut it off there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Interesting formation. Well, now we get to crawl over that. Here we go. Camera moves up to the heartbeat. Doe prowling around. Well, we've made it almost to the summit. I think this is mainly where people go. Don't go all with the best views. I think they're off to the side of the summit here. And so far, the view is well worth the climb here from the side of Yonah Mountain. There's a rainstorm back in there. I would think just the looks of that, you probably can't make it, you might can make out the outline behind the storm, but that's probably Brasstown Ball back in there. That would definitely be the right direction. And then back down toward Cleveland here. Great view. And Peggy and I have bought a lot of really nice rain gear, and it's all at home. So we'll see what happens with that little storm coming across the valley there.
I don't think we can outrun it either.
No, I don't think so either. They rappel from up here. You can see some of the tackle that they put in the rocks. But I'll hike, but rappelling is not my cup of tea. So, it's a beautiful place up here, Mount Yonah, and outside of Cleveland, Georgia.
I wonder why it got its name.
I don't know. We can research that. Right there's the parking lot right in the center where we came from. Our vehicle is parked. You can't see our vehicle because we parked it in the shade. But it said about the computer said about 1.8 miles. It was supposed to be about 2.1, but the way the trail goes on and off, there's a lot of off-trail stuff coming up here where people have redone the trail, so it's the mileage probably varies greatly. The Army has a place on the side of this mountain where they train and camp, and they've got a set of latrines right there. And then there's this thing over here that I thought was quite interesting. It says C.L. Davis, Engineer Section 23, June 1966. Somebody might know C.L. Davis from June of 1966. That's interesting to see, and there's look like there might have been something here in the past that they've torn down and rebuilt these new ones over here. She's just kind of cautious, isn't she? She just... I'll try not to get too much of the people who are actually doing it. That's kind of rude to video people and they don't know it. But this is the white wall that or the place they call the white wall, where people rappel and climb. You can catch a glimpse of a guy there climbing, and there's a couple of guys getting ready here. But it's evidently a popular little sport in here, rappelling or climbing. Not for me, but it's a popular little sport. Peggy may try it out pretty soon. Think?
Sure.
This is Peggy with a rock sombrero. Like I said, this is a rocky mountain. We're going to try to get off of it before the rain comes in. We hear a little thunder in the distance. Okay, we've just finished Mount Yonah? Okay. And that's where we climbed to. If you look close enough, you could see, I don't see them now, but you can see people walking around up there on the rocks. Yeah. Let me see if I can get another shot of that turned around, maybe zoomed in a little bit. But that's been our walk for today, about 3.79 miles. We took a couple little shortcuts on the way back because it's getting ready to rain. There's a pretty dark cloud right back in there, but that's our hike for today. Mount...
Are you back?
That's Mount Yonah there where we climbed. If you probably can see some folks climbing around up there, but that's where we were just a few minutes ago. That's it was about 3.79 miles. There's the sign for this parking area. It's a good parking area. There's restrooms here, and it's a good little hike. So it's a little steep and a few rocks, but other than that, a good little hike.